Oh my god. Hi guys. It's been so long. I'm like 5 haircuts later with like 14% charge on my phone. It is currently 1 o'clock. I'm Ashu. This is Ashu's Archives. How are you all doing? So, for my birthday, my friends gifted me Start Where You Are. And it's an amazing gift. It's a journal for self exploration, and I love it. I was just talking to my friend Shanky about it, where I was talking about how much I love the gifts that my best friends have given me, and it's just absolutely amazing. And I love going through this journal. I love talking about myself, if you couldn't say. This book is so beautiful. I can't even. It is too beautiful. It's just pretty. There are far, far better things ahead than we leave behind. The first question here is list 5 things that always and immediately bring a smile to your face. And I've already written 3 of them with Prerna. So it's wearing brown lipstick and then looking in the mirror because I usually don't like looking at myself, but I look really good with brown lipstick. To a fault actually. I hate looking at myself with any other lipstick. I feel like I look too weird. But anyway, the second thing that I wrote was Happy Fizz because I have so many bottles of Happy Fizz just lying around. I can't throw them in the dustbin because my mom then looks at the dustbin and is like, "Did you drink Happy Fizz?" And I don't want to deal with that question. So they're just in my room. And collecting stones on beaches. I did this when I went for a 1 day trip to Goa. It wasn't planned for a 1 day trip, but it ended up being one. Probably to tell the story someday, but I collected stones on beaches and I fell in love with it. I wanted to spend so much time on the beach, but sadly, I was there only for a day. And I've just been meaning to go to a beach for so long and it just hasn't happened. Okay, let's see. What do I want as the fourth? What brings an instant smile to my face? I was thinking something cheesy along the lines of my family, but then my family is so frustrating that I mean, all of our families are. You're lying if they're not. So I would write Maggie, but Maggie is my comfort food. Like, I always eat it when I'm crying. It just feels weird to write it down. And I'm also trying to kind of deter away from it because it's a junk food. Oh, hair. Also, hair that comes like this. Isn't it frustrating? I have pimples on my head now, which you can't see, but I have pimples on my head now because like it's forward. Oh, that looks a lot better. But okay. And I'm also thinking of things now and not people because you have ups and downs with people, and there are certain things that ground me. I want it to be that. My memory boxes. I absolutely love looking at my memory boxes. I have things from like 2013. I'm a solid hoarder. So I think my memory boxes would be something that I really like. Wow, half of this video will be just spent me thinking. So I don't have a number 5. We can come back to it. Think of something that you lost recently and what are 2 positive insights that you gained from the experience. So something that I lost recently was a chance to go to Pondicherry. My friends and I had planned a trip to go to a beach for my birthday and I was super excited, but then there was a COVID scare. We didn't end up going. Luckily now everyone's safe. I did miss the chance to go to a beach, spend time with my friends. I've had this on my bucket list for so long to go on a trip with friends, and I'm 22 and I really want to do that. It's just something that I feel like after I grow up, after a certain point, people will get so busy with their own lives that I will never have a chance to do that. And I'm more of an introvert and I'm more homebound, and I have friends from different places. Like I have Shanky and then I have Monish and then I have Chiku, and all of them don't like, we aren't a group. I'm friends with them. And it's weird to ask guys to go on a trip with you because, like, uh, so, like, I can't just be like, let's go. I mean, I did somehow muster up the courage to be like, okay, I want to go on a trip, but then I feel like I shouldn't have done that because then it kind of puts pressure on other people. But I found the courage to say that to my friends Prerna and Mehak, and we planned an entire trip, and I was so excited. I feel like crying because we did cancel for important reasons, but sorry, I don't know why I feel like crying. What did I learn from it? I learned that I have freaking amazing friends. Like, it does suck that I don't get to have certain experiences because of the kind of person that I am. And like, my anxiety does tend to get in the way of me living my life to the fullest. But when I'm around them, there's a certain sense of calm and there is a certain openness. I finally cried. Oh god, I can't. What is this video turning into? I don't know why I'm crying. But I was saying that I think I learned that I can do anything I want from anywhere as long as I feel comfortable, and I make sure that I'm feeling comfortable, and my friends really helped me feel that. So that was nice. The next quote is, have a heart that never hardens, and a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. By Charles Dickens. Dickens. But okay. I'm such a kid. Okay, write down one kind thing you did for someone in the past 24 hours. I'm gonna say I met Shanky. I did this for him. I was very kind to him that I let him meet me. I've been feeling very reclusive the past couple of days, and I was very scared of meeting anyone today, so it was nice that I put myself out there, and I was like, okay, fine, you can come here. Mostly because I was sleepy when he called and I didn't really realize what was happening. And I was like, fine, if he's coming home. I was looking forward to it. But okay. The next quote, have patience with everything unresolved in your heart. Rainer Maria Rilke. I've never heard this name. I should look it up because this quote's really nice. Okay. Think of something that's currently troubling you and write about it here. Don't try to solve it. Just focus on getting your thoughts out of your head and onto your paper. Numbness that I'm feeling around my emotions for quite a while now, I have been privy to, I think privy is the right word, but privy to a lot of misconducts by guys on the streets of India. And recently I've been through something, and since then I think I was just shutting myself off because it just builds up, it builds up, it builds up. You keep hiding it from everyone and yourself. I never really told anyone for a really long time the kind of stuff that I've been through, the kind of stuff that I've seen. And I feel like crying again. Okay, but recently I opened up about it and I told people and I shared my experiences, and that's been really tough. Being vulnerable takes a lot of courage. I am scared, but I did it anyway. But since recently when I went through it again, it just has been a bit terrifying because dealing with so much gets so difficult, and I've just numbed everything out. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to feel resentment. I just don't want to feel. And that's something that's really troubling me, because I'm a very emotional person. I'm someone who's very in touch with my emotions. For a lot of my life, I did struggle with that. I felt like it was wrong to be emotional, but that's just me. So I've learned to take it as a positive thing, because a lot of my best friends have remained in my life because of that, because of how strongly I feel and the kind of person that I am and the way that I communicate and how much I feel. And I think that is better than changing yourself, you know. But I have been struggling with not being in touch with my emotions, because I didn't even realize I was doing that. I'm realizing slowly, and it takes time, and I need to learn to be patient with myself. So I think this quote is pretty on point, because I have to be patient with my unresolved pain, you know. Next, and I think I'm gonna keep this the last one, because I don't want to go through this book and just finish it all in one day. And I'm not really writing down much stuff, I'm discussing it. I think I'll write it when I'm more alone, and so that I can also like reuse and go through it, because I really do love this. Okay, the next quote is just Simplify, Simplify by Henry David Thoreau. I like the design. I don't know how I feel about the quote. I am not a huge David Thoreau fan, so if you could own only 4 possessions for the rest of your life, what would they be? If I thought this in terms of a very practical answer, I think I would say like food, water, stuff like that, like a house. But I'm guessing this is not from a practical point of view. I think it would be a sketchbook and like a pencil, because I don't think I can live without drawing. It just doesn't seem like something that I can distinguish from myself anymore. If I'm feeling a lot of emotions, a pen and paper is the easiest way to let it out, whether I'm writing in it, whether I'm drawing in it. And so yeah, that. Then soft toy. My best friend Prerna gave this to me. Hey, pen, paper, soft toy, and pillow blankets. Because I'm really into sleeping when I can't deal with my emotions. I just sleep it off and I am done. So this is what I'm going to do from this book today. Start where you are today. It was fun. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys had fun hearing my answers to this. Let me know if you did or didn't, because then I decide whether to continue on with this with you or on my own, because I love it. Let me know what you thought about it, and let me know your answers. I would love to get to know people, and hope you enjoyed me being back. Yeah. 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 Okay. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.